Welcome back to TRPHD, everyone. What's this week's topic, you ask? Funny you should ask. This week's topic is about stress. Sadly, it's something many of us are familiar with. What between work, school, sports, and home life, finding just a little time to sit back and relax can be challenging, to say the least. Now, a little stress won't kill you, but a lot of stress can actually wreak havoc on your body. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to define stress, tell you how it manifests, keeping in mind that stress manifests differently in every person. Then I'm going to tell you what prolonged stress can and will do to you. Hopefully you'll learn something you didn't know, and maybe we'll start to make habits that'll help us stress out just a little bit less. Let's begin. What is stress? We all experience stress, yet we may experience it in very different ways. Because of this, there is no single definition for stress, but the most common explanation is a physical, mental, or emotional strain or tension. Stress is a physical reaction to a situation where a person feels anxious or threatened. This could be something as traumatic as a car accident or something as mundane as being overworked. Too much work, not enough time. Now, as we said earlier, we all experience stress, but what does that look like? Common reactions to a stressful event can include things like disbelief, shock, and numbness, feeling sad, frustrated, or helpless, difficulty concentrating and making decisions as emotional and behavioral symptoms. Some of the physical symptoms can include headaches, back pain, and stomach problems. Some of the common ways people cope with stress are smoking and or the use of alcohol or drugs to help calm your nerves, which, as the health department, we don't want to see you do. So as you can see, stress affects more than just your mind, and it's more than just something in your head. You see, when you're placed into a stressful situation, specific stress hormones rush into your bloodstream, leading to an increase in heart rate, blood pressure, and glucose levels. This is helpful in emergency situations, but having this rush for extended periods of time can be quite dangerous and make you susceptible to issues that we mentioned earlier, like headaches or stomach disorders, but also it can lead to depression. Even very serious issues like stroke and heart disease can come as a result of this stress. That doesn't sound like much fun, does it? That being said, a little stress can be healthy. It's natural to feel stressed in challenging situations like job interviews, school exams, unrealistic workloads, job insecurity, or conflicts with family or friends. Now let's talk about how we can manage stress. And I do mean manage. There is no way to live stress-free. Sometimes the stress in our lives isn't something we can change. I can tell you to go get a massage or to meditate or drink calming tea. Many things we associate with lowering stress are actually very time-consuming and as a result hard to achieve. Some things you can try to do is recognize when you don't have control of a situation. You can't control everything, so understanding you don't have to can actually relieve a lot of stress. And if you can't let go of control, try separating yourself from situations you can't change. Let's face it, stress isn't going anywhere, and unfortunately, a lot of the things we have to do to relieve stress are going to take time. So take the time. Talk to your therapist. Hang out with your friends. Spend a weekend away. Get a babysitter to spend the night with your significant other. Take the time and take a step back from what's causing stress to relieve that stress. It's only going to get worse if you keep compacting it. Other healthy ways to cope with your stress on a more basic level that don't require a ton of time out of your day can include simply taking care of yourself. Eating healthy foods, taking a walking break outside when the weather's nice. Fresh air is good for you. Ironically, though, lack of sleep is a symptom of stress, but it's also one of the best ways to relieve stress. Kind of like when your computer isn't working quite right and you reboot it. Well, that's what sleeping is for humans. Another way to relieve stress is to talk to others about your problems, even if it's just a vent. Doesn't have to be a therapist. I know personally I don't like vomiting my feelings onto others, but studies show that having an outlet like writing or talking it out is overwhelmingly beneficial. So I guess the key takeaways from this are stress is unavoidable. But that doesn't mean that being stressed out all the time is normal. Stress isn't something to turn your nose up at. It has serious risks to your physical and mental health. Perhaps the biggest takeaway from this I want you to know is knowing how and when to talk to others about your stress. And perhaps you'll even listen from time to time too. Stay happy and healthy, everyone. Until next time.